Hi, my name is Samuel Lizurza for the SE channel. Tune in, subscribe, share as much as you can. Also, at the same time, please take your vitamin C, vitamin D, and your zinc tablets. Okay, works for me. Been saying this since the beginning of all this craziness. Tonic water is good also. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna try as much as I can to bring you as much news as possible. I just did a video just recently. YouTube cannot question anymore the elections if it's a fraud or not or whatever. I knew this was happening. I know YouTube inside out. I know, especially you YouTuber is going to be a rude awakening when you wake up and all you YouTube videos, a lot of them, that you spoke about, are gone, or even your channel's gone. That's how they are. That's why I did very little. I understood. And still from the beginning, you do just a little bit. You talk a little bit about it. Anyways, most subscribers know the truth, what happened. So and most of them probably are not even watching CNBC, CNN, or any of that misinformation channels. So this is my opinion. So nobody's watching. I haven't watched Fox really, maybe 10 minutes of it. Tucker, just I got a little curious about one show, but 10 minutes in since November 4th, 2000, since November 4th, right after the election. I haven't watched. I don't know what's going on. Somebody tell me. Is it worth it? Okay, this is okay, I'm back to the old ways now. Chief Pentagon spokesman Jonathan Rath Hoffman and Thomas McCaffrey, Assistant Secretary of Defense of the Health Affairs, they're talking a little bit about what's going on with the Army, the Defense Department, the vaccine, Operation Warp Speed. They're going to talk a little bit about it. I mean, I'm just going to show you just a bit, okay? But I'll put a link. Things are going. That's it. They're going to be vaccinating, the Army, whatever, the whole Defense Department. They're going to have like 13 locations in the United States and 3 locations, I think, in outside the United States. They're going to be vaccinating also their families too at the same time. And with the Operation Warp Speed, they're also proceeding with that also. So let's just hear a little bit what's going on here. Okay, so I know you're not going to listen too much of that on the CNBC, CNN, whatever. Anyway, I just want to say before leaving, Godspeed. This is Hanukkah, Festival of Lights. At the darkest time, we light up the candles. This is actually the darkest time. Yeah, and if you look into the Kabbalah and all that, anyways, so there's light under the tunnel, and let's hope and let's pray that the U.S. Supreme Court listens to the case and reverses all what's happening, because you can't say too much now. That's it. YouTube, Facebook, that's it. This is the onslaught. This is the corporation takeover, or obviously China's dominating the world. The whole up, which most people don't know what's going on. That's because they've hidden a lot of the news. So let's hear a little bit here. So let's just change it up a little bit, okay? What's going on? Because I know many of you just want to hear Trump this, Trump that, and look, super Trump. Okay, I can't get more of a fan than I am. But let's hear
your families, your shipmates, your wingmen, your battle buddies, and your communities. As with most vaccines, some people may experience small adverse effects, arm soreness, fatigue, even a fever. The department will be fully transparent about any adverse effects that are reported and share this information with the CDC. Now, as Honorable McCaffrey mentioned, as we begin our vaccination process, the department specifically chose 16 locations, 13 in the United States and 3 abroad. We selected these locations based on our desire to validate our plan. As such, we chose locations with extra cold storage capability, sizable local populations to vaccinate, and medical staff large enough to administer it. We chose locations from each of the military services, including active and reserve components, along with the United States Coast Guard. Finally, we chose locations with an on-site immunization health specialist. As Mr. McCaffrey noted, the good news is that our military medical teams have worked for months to prepare for this moment. and we're eager to begin to deliver on Operation Warp Speed's promise. The Department of Defense has decades of experience with conducting global vaccine programs, whether it's the annual flu campaign.
One thing, I'm sorry, I know you guys want to hear a little bit more, but um, I have to admit, I only listened about 15, 20 minutes of it. I haven't heard one time, thank you, Mr. President. Not one time. Okay, what happened here?
And we are going to be, as part of our communication plan, using select key senior leaders to get the vaccination, to demonstrate confidence in that. Much like recently Governor Hogan himself said, that's what he's going to do in terms of getting the vaccination out to the population of Maryland. He's going to demonstrate, yes, this is a safe and effective vaccine, and I'm encouraging everybody to take it.
All right, David?
Was your allocation based on the same per capita formula that the states were? And is that 44,000 going to be 44,000 shots in arms, or is it going to be 22,000 in hold, 22,000 for the second shot? And one more question. Those locations up there, there's a lot of geography between all those locations. Are people going to have to come to those locations to get their shot, or are you going to distribute to sub-locations?
Yes, sir. Thanks for the question. So first, we have the same pro rata designation as all the other jurisdictions. So it's a small percentage, just like the states are receiving, the department received based on our population, a very, very small percentage, but it's equivalent to the other jurisdictions. In terms of your second question, the almost 44,000 is the initial dose. So one of the things in the process is you have to demonstrate all parts. You have to receive, you have to administer, and you have to
Let me hear a little bit more.
Won't even cover the very first section of phase 1A, which is going to be healthcare workers. And so they're going to come first, like the rest of the national guidance and prioritization. And again, as quickly as we get vaccine, we will then be able to distribute it as quickly as possible based upon those priorities.
And as we mentioned before, all of the processes, procedures that those forces, the missile forces, the bomber crews, the sub crews have put in place over the last 9-10 months to protect them from COVID will remain in place. So they have managed to develop plans and processes that have allowed them to continue with their missions without any denigration due to COVID, and so they're going to continue with that until we do reach a place where we've received enough vaccine to get to that phase 1B tier of individuals that are going to be inoculated, including those critical national security or critical national capabilities. So, all right, we'll go back to the phone for a third time and try this. Sylvie?
Anyways, my name is Samuel Lazurza for the SE channel. That was State Department. Pentagon, they're starting vaccinations, their own people and their soldiers and you name it. So that's it. It's starting Operation Warp Speed. And like I said, on behalf of the State Department and Pentagon, I want to thank Donald J. Trump for doing all this, for starting all this, for initiating all this. And just imagine if it was another president. Okay, so I want to thank the President of the United States for initiating all this in warp speed. Now beam me up, Scotty. Take care. God bless.